welcome to Non-Inkables. So I had all these big plans to make a podcast and release that this week, but they released all the cards for Ursula's Return, so I figured that was more important. So we're going to go through all of the cards for Ursula's Return, 1 through 204. Those have all been released today, and a couple enchanted, a couple from the Ursula's Lumineers Quest game, and so we'll be going through all of that. As always, I will be going through it by franchise, just because that is an easier way for my brain to remember the cards. So let's get started. So first we have this section I've just called Lorcana. So these are things that only exist within the game. So this first card is Hidden Inkcaster. It is a 2-cost uninkable card in Emerald item. It has fresh ink. When you play this item, draw a card, and also Unexpected Treasure. All cards in your hand count as having the inkable symbol, and its flavor text is, "It looks like it's been here forever," from Flounder. So to me, this card is super important because I always, no matter how few uninkable cards I have in my deck, always end up with a whole handful of uninkable cards, which is partly why our channel is called Non-Inkables. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see I will post hands that I have where, like one time I had all 4 Prince Johns in my hand and I only had 2 ink in my inkwell, so there's nothing I could do. So that is a common thing that happens to me, so I feel like this would help me a lot in those situations. Next, we have the Vitalis Sphere, which is a ruby item, 1-cost inkable card. It has extract of ruby. So for 1 ink, you can banish this item and chosen character gains rush and +2 strength during this turn, which seems to be very on brand for ruby, all about rushing and attacking. Then there is this 1-cost inkable card in steel called Fortisphere. It has 2 abilities, so one is resourceful. When you play this item, you may draw a card. And then it also has extract of steel. For 1 ink, you can banish this item and chosen character of yours gains bodyguard until the start of your next turn. So this seems like they are gonna make these spheres maybe for every color. So maybe we might get like an amber sphere called, I don't know, Heal-a-Sphere, because it's all about healing. And maybe a emerald sphere called Discard a Sphere, No Cards for You sphere, I don't know. And then maybe like an amethyst sphere I would call Bounce a Sphere or Spell a Sphere, I don't know. And then let's see, we did ruby and steel, so the one last is sapphire, maybe Item Sphere or Thingamabob Sphere, I don't know. It seems likely though that they will come out with these for all the different colors. We also got a new location that is kind of just Lorcana, so it's called Hidden Cove, Tranquil Haven. 1-cost inkable card. It costs 1 to move a character here, and it has 6 strength. And it has Revitalizing Water, so characters get 1 strength and 1 willpower while here, additional. And the flavor text is Flounder. This is perfect. I can't wait to explore it, Ariel. So it seems like in the lore of Lorcana, Ariel and Flounder are looking around for thingamabobs, probably found this hidden cove, and they are the ones to find that Inkcaster. And if you look at some of the Ariel cards, you will see her with this Inkcaster in those cards, which we will get to towards the end. Okay, next on our list is Aladdin. So we have this Jasmine card, Jasmine Desert Warrior. She is a 5-cost uninkable card, 3/3, quest for 2. And when you play this card, your opponent has to discard a card. I am obsessed with the art on this card. I think that her outfit looks amazing and is something I would totally cosplay as if I could just have that much hair. Next, we have this Aladdin card, Brave Rescuer, 3-cost inkable card in steel, 3/3, quest for 1. He's a Floodborn hero. You can shift by discarding a location card, although he is only 3 ink, so I don't think that he will be a card that most people shift. I feel like people would just pay the ink to play him. And he has the ability Crashing Through. Whenever this character quests, you may banish chosen item. So probably very useful against a Sapphire item deck. And I love the art on this. I love the elephants. I love the tassels. I love how you can tell that the armor on the elephant is hammered because it has all those hammer marks. Next, we also have this Aladdin, who is a 1-cost inkable, 1/3, quest for 1. Vanilla card. He looks so derpy. I don't know what it is. I think it's the expression on his face, but he looks so silly. So he is a resolute swordsman, and his flavor text is, "How about we cut to the part where I make a quick escape and you yell at me and you yell after me? No? Can't say I didn't give you a chance." And then we also have this Raja card, 4 cost, inkable, Royal Protector, 3/4, quest for 2, Steady Gaze. When you have no cards in your hand, characters with cost 4 or less can't challenge this character. And his flavor text is as regal as his namesake and just as powerful. And of course, we have this beautiful Jasmine Enchanted card. This is definitely a card I want. I love the art on this. I think that the green glimmer that's around her is gonna just really pop with the foil. And to me, she looks a lot like Deepika Padukone, that Indian actress. And I think it's because her eyes are so big and her face is so small, but she looks like her. All right, next, moving on, we are on to Beauty and the Beast. So first one is Cogsworth. He is a 4 cost inkable card, Major Domo. He is a Dreamborn ally in Amber, 3/3, quest for 1. And he has the ability, as you were, whenever this character quests, you may give chosen character -2 attack until the start of your turn. And his flavor text is, if it's a fight they want, we'll be ready for them. I love the art on this because Cogsworth looks like Captain Crunch with his gigantic hat. I also like the fork that is next to his hat. I'm unsure if the fork is just jumping or if it's attached to his hat. And he's got scissors, which gives me very much like Brave Little Tailor vibes. Next, in Beauty and the Beast, we have Mrs. Potts, Enchanted Teapot. 4 cost inkable card, 3/4, quest for 2 in Amethyst, and she has It'll Turn Out All Right. When you play this character, if you have a character named Lumiere or Cogsworth in play, you may draw a card. There aren't a ton of Lumiere characters or Cogsworth characters. I think there's 2 of each, so kind of a very situational card unless we get more Lumiere or Cogsworth. But I do like the art on this. It looks very like more realistic, and the cup she is using is beautiful. If not, I could just see myself trying to drink from that cup and like it's spilling from between the petals and then just getting tea everywhere. It's not chip because it doesn't have a chip. Next, we have Magical Maid, Feather Duster, 2 cost inkable card, 2/2, quest for 2. So that's pretty high questing for such a low cost character. And her flavor text is, have you ever seen anything so beautiful? She asked, marveling at the amethyst trees. No, Sherry, Lumiere replied, never taking his eyes off her. I have not. So she is the girlfriend of Lumiere. Speaking of, this is Lumiere, 2 cost inkable card, Fiery Friend and Ruby, 2/2, and he quests for 1. And he has Fervent Address. Your other characters get +1 strength. And his flavor text is, the invaders are at our gates, me. It's time to show them what we're made of. I would do a French accent, but it would be bad. And the background of this seems like maybe tarps or a curtain or something. I'm not sure. And then we have the Stove. This is Transformed Chef Castle Stove. He is a Storyborn ally, Sapphire card, 3/3. His ability is Culinary Masterpiece. When you play this character, remove up to 2 damage from chosen character. And he quests for 2. And his flavor text is, a good hot meal will set you right as rain. From Mrs. Potts. And then there is Beast. This card, I am obsessed with the art on this card. It just looks so good. He looks like he's from a new video game, not like 3D kind of way. And this is Beast Wounded. He is a 3 cost inkable card in Ruby and is 2/6, quest for 2, and has That Hurts. This character enters play with 4 damage. So I could definitely see him being paired with that Amber Rapunzel, where she heals damage and you get to draw cards. And we also get this Beast, so totally different vibe between this Beast and this Beast. This is more like oil painting status. Beast Thick Skinned from Steel, 3 cost inkable card, 2/3, quest for 1, has resist 1, and his flavor text is, he's even tougher than he looks. And then we have Gaston, 3 cost not inkable card in Amber, Despicable Dealer. He is a 2/4 and quest for 1, and he has Dubious Recruitment, so you can exert him and pay 2 ink less for the next character you play this turn. So kind of like, I guess, a Heart of Atlantis or a Double Lantern or 2 Plutos or 2 Docs. And his flavor text is, yes, everything will be ready. Just make sure you do your part, which seems very schemy of him. And then next we have LeFou, a steel card, Opportunistic Flunky, 3 cost inkable, 2/3, quests for 1, and he has I learned from the best. During your turn, you may play this character for free if an opposing character was banished in a challenge this turn. So super situational and specific. I don't know if that will get used. So we'll see. And there is the Mob Song, 10 cost not inkable cards, so super expensive and super not inkable. And it is a sing together, so a new mechanic where any number of your or your teammates' characters with a total cost of 10 or more may exert to sing the song for free. And you get to deal 3 damage to up to 3 chosen characters and or locations. So I think that's pretty good. Essentially, you are dealing 9 damage, and it works on characters and locations, so versatile. There are some new Belle cards. So there is this one. This is Belle Untrained Mystic. She is a 3 cost inkable card in Amethyst, 3 strength, 3 willpower, and her ability is called Here Don't Do It. When you play this character, move 1 damage counter from chosen character to chosen opposing character. And her flavor text is, no matter what she tried, Belle couldn't fully heal the beast's wound, which is so sad. He looks like he's got like, I don't know, amethyst shards / leech things on him. Yeah, so sad. And she can't heal him. But in my headcanon, because she couldn't fully heal him, she trains more and she becomes Belle Accomplished Mystic. 5 cost inkable card in Amethyst, 4 quests for 2, shift 3, has enhanced healing, so she's upped her healing game. When you play this character, move up to 3 damage counters from chosen character to chosen opposing character. And the flavor text is, the mixed ink had changed more than just the rose. It had changed Belle. I wonder if she trained with Rapunzel to learn healing. Although I don't know if Rapunzel would be a good teacher since her healing is inborn, whereas Belle is learning to heal. We also have this action called Glean. It is a 1 cost inkable card in Sapphire, and you can banish chosen item and the player gains 2 lore. The flavor text is, this might just be what I need to make my invention work. And next we have Mystical Rose, a 2 cost inkable card in Amethyst. Dispel the entanglement, banish this item. Chosen character named Beast gets +2 lore this turn. If you have a character named Belle in play, move up to 3 damage counters from chosen character to chosen opposing character. So essentially the same powers as the Accomplished Mystic. Ink surrounded Belle's last hope to heal the beast. With no other choice, she reached out for it. I do want to go through and look at all the flavor text and see if I can weave it into some sort of story. In the future, that will happen. And then we also have Rose Lantern. So this is the lantern that is in the picture for Belle Accomplished Mistress. 2 cost inkable card in Amethyst. It has Mystic Petals. So you can exert this card and pay 2 ink and move 1 damage counter from chosen character to chosen opposing character. So it's good that it's reusable. It is kind of expensive, so 2 ink to move 1 damage counter. And then next we are on to Cinderella. Cinderella. She is a 5 cost inkable card in Amber, 1/5. She is a singer 9, so she can sing some big ol' songs. So she could sing the Mob Song potentially with just help from one other little character. And she has beautiful voice. Whenever this character sings a song, your other princesses characters get +1 lore this turn, and she quests for 2. So maybe she is how we can finally get a princess deck to be competitive. The art is very cute on this. I think it is like the classic Cinderella. This is what a Cinderella in the coloring books looks like, and in all the storybooks. In this Cinderella category, we also have Gus Gus, champion of cheese. You can always rely on him when it comes to cheese. He is an emerald 2 cost inkable card, 2/3 quest for 1. And of course, you can't have Gus Gus without Jacques, connoisseur of climbing. He is a 3 cost inkable card, 1/4 quest for 2. He has Sneaky Idea. When you play this character, chosen opposing character gains Reckless during their turn. And he has Teamwork Makes the Cheese Work. And also we got this Cinderella Enchanted card, which I think looks amazing. Again, with the gold glimmers, I think that's going to look awesome. So hoping to pull that, especially since the princess cards have been just going up in price. Next, I've called this Classic Disney. I wasn't sure what else to call it, but it's essentially like Daisy, Donald, Mickey, the gang. So this first card is a 1-cost inkable, 1/3, quest for 1, Daisy Duck, lovely lady. Vanilla card, similar to Olaf or Aladdin or Minnie Mouse, always classy. And her text is, sweet Daisy, the fairest duck I ever met. Each flaxen lock a rush of flowing gold, her bill the color of summer sunset, exquisite plumes a wonder to behold. What a lovely poem, probably written by Donald. And then we got this super cool, awesome 4-cost inkable Daisy Duck, Musketeer Spy. The art on this is just next level. She is a 2/3. She's a musketeer hero. She quests for 1, and she has infiltration. When you play this character, each opponent chooses and discards. So kind of like the Emerald Daisy Duck that exists right now. I think she's a spy in that one. When she quests, they discard a card. But this one, when you play her, they discard a card, which is awesome. And the flavor text is, she has a talent for thwarting hiddens. The art on this, I think, just looks spectacular. And it looks like the shadow in the back is Pete, the bad guy. Next, we have this Donald Duck card, Musketeer Soldier. He looks adorable. 3-cost inkable in amber, 2/3, quest for 1. He's bodyguard, and also he has wait for me. When you play this character, chosen character gets +1 lore this turn. And then we also have this Donald Duck Buccaneer, 4-cost inkable card in steel, 3/4, quest for 1. He is a Dreamborn hero, pirate, and captain. So you could pair him with Smee. You don't have to use Captain Hook every time. Interesting that he could be a pirate and a hero. And he has boarding party. During your turn, whenever this character banishes a character in challenge, your other characters get +1 lore this turn. And his flavor text says, nobody stands a chance against the daring duck of the high seas. I like the art on this one. It's super cute. I don't understand why he's wearing bandages around his feet. So if anyone knows, please let me know in the comments below. We also have Golden Harp, Enchanter of the Land, 1-cost inkable card, 1/4, quest for 2, and has 4 willpower. That's pretty strong. And she has stolen away. At the end of your turn, if you didn't play a song this turn, banish this character. So that is the catch. And her flavor text is, you'll miss her when she's gone. And then we saw this Super Goofy card, 4-cost inkable in ruby, 2/4, quest for 1, has rush, and also super peanut powers. Whenever this character challenges another character, gain 2 lore. So he doesn't even have to win, he just has to challenge them. And the flavor text is, never underestimate the power of a goof. We also got this Amber Goofy Musketeer card. So I think we have a lot more Musketeer cards. So if you want to make a Musketeer deck, now may be the time. He is a 4-cost uninkable card, 3/4, quest for 2, and he has the ability, en gosh. I can't even say it. It's like his usual oh gosh, but like on guard. So I think a mixed pun of that. When you play a character with bodyguard, ready this character. He can't quest for the rest of this turn, but he can attack or challenge, and his flavor text is, count me in. We got Mickey Mouse, leader of the band, 4-cost inkable card, 2/5, and he has support and strike up the music. When you play this character, chosen character gains support this turn. So maybe a Amber Sapphire deck, because I think Sapphire has a lot of support characters as well, and you could mix it together to be something. I do like the art on this. He looks like very original Mickey, like black and white Mickey. I like that there's a Clarabelle in the back playing the flute. I was in band, I played the flute. I was also drum major, so a conductor of sorts, a leader of the band, and so it's like me, but Mickey. Not really. We also got this super cool Mickey Mouse Musketeer Captain card, 7-cost, not inkable, 3/6. He can shift for 5. He has bodyguard and support, and is 2-cost, quest for 2, and he has Musketeers United. When you play this character, if you use shift to play him, you may draw a card for each character with bodyguard you have in play. So that's like a big old combo wham bam. I can't tell if this is him just gigantic or him on a float or as a float animal like in a Macy's Day Parade. I'm not sure, but the scale of Mickey to the surrounding things, he looks humongous. We also got this Mickey Mouse character, so very classic Mickey. He's holding the flag of, he's a 2-cost inkable card, 1/3, quest for 1. He has stand strong. When you play this character, chosen character gains challenger +2 this turn. So kind of like Crab, I guess, but only +2. And his flavor text says, he sets the standard for intrepid adventurers everywhere. We also got this Minnie Mouse card, which I totally called and said was going to be an enchanted in my last video. And it was. 5 cost, not inkable, 1/5, quest for 2. She's a bodyguard. She also has dramatic entrance. When you play this character, banish chosen opposing character with 5 attack or more. So like a Criminal Mind, essentially. And we got this Pluto card. Little Pluto boy. He is a rescue dog in amber. 5 cost inkable, 4 strength, 5 willpower, quest for 2. And his ability is to the rescue. When you play this character, you can remove up to 3 damage from one of your characters. And his flavor text says, when you need help, it is his face you want to see first. And the cutest. He's got that like thing around his neck, which reminds me of like the St. Bernards that they used to use in the winter to find people that had like brandy in them. He's got all these little packs. He's got a little potion on his shoulder and a blanket. Super cute. Then we have Pete, Rotten Guy, 4 cost inkable card in emerald. He's a villain. He also counts as a musketeer, even though he's a villain. Weird. I haven't seen the 3 Musketeers movie, so maybe that explains it better. But he is a 1 strength, 5 willpower, quest for 2. He has Minnie. This is an outrage, Pete. No, it's my nefarious plan to steal the throne. He's like, come on, Minnie, get with the program. I'm evil. Duh. We also have Pete, Born to Cheat, 2 cost, not inkable card, 2/3 in emerald, quest for 1, and he has I clobber you. Sorry, adding helping verbs. I clobber you. Whenever this character quests, while he has 5 attack or more, return chosen character with 2 attack or less to their player's hand. So you would have to add some support characters around him to get him to 5, and then he becomes Kick Cloud Kicker. So interesting combo of powers. Next we have First Aid, 1 cost inkable card in amber action. Remove up to 1 damage from each of your characters. And the flavor text is there now. Isn't that better? And it looks like it's probably Pluto's paw and Mickey or Minnie is helping. And that's adorable. And I like that it's 1 damage from each one of your characters. So I think pretty good value for only paying 1 ink. We have Dodge, 2 cost inkable card in emerald featuring Donald Duck. Chosen character gains ward and evasive until the start of your next turn. So that's pretty cool. I think Fang also has the same abilities if you move characters there, but it costs 4 ink and I think costs 2 to move characters there, so much more later game. Whereas this you can like real quick save, like protect one of your characters. And his flavor text is missed me, you doggone bully. And then we got this Super Goof Enchanted card. He looks ridiculous, but awesome. At first I thought he was wearing high heels just based on how the like silver glimmers are, but he is not. And then we also got this card, which I totally called, that there was going to be a Minnie Mouse Musketeer Enchanted card. And she is glowing. All right, next we move on to Encanto. So this is a starter deck, so there's a ton of cards because this family is big. So I've organized it so that we start at the top of the family tree, and then we'll go to 1 sibling. So we'll do Bruno first, and then we'll go to Julieta, and we'll do her family, and then we'll go to Peppa and do her family. All right, so first card is Alma Madrigal. She is a 3 cost, not inkable card. The matriarch of the family. She is 1/3 quest for 2, and she has everyone at the table. When you play this character, you may search your deck for a Madrigal character and reveal it, shuffle your deck, and put the card on the top of your deck. So this is the first time we've had this ability where you can look for a specific card in your deck and then put it on the top. And her flavor text is, but let's be clear, Abuela runs the show, which is a lyric from Mirabelle's song at the beginning of the movie. Next, we'll do Bruno Madrigal, so her only son. So Bruno, Peppa, and Julieta are triplets, and Bruno's the only son, and he didn't get married because he disappeared and started living in the walls. So we have this card, 4 cost, inkable, 3/3, undetected uncle. He has evasive, makes sense because he's undetected. He's living in the walls with the rats. He quests for 1, and then his ability is you just have to see it. So you can exert this card, name a card, then reveal the top card of your deck. If it is the name card, you put this card in your hand and gain 3 lore. Otherwise, put it on the top of your deck. So it kind of reminds me of Sorcerer's Hat, and I feel like this would only work if you also had Ursula's Cauldron. and you used it the previous turn, because Ursula's Cauldron lets you look at the top 2 cards and then you put one on the top and one on the bottom, and so then you would know what card it is. Then next we have this other Bruno card, Bruno Out of the Shadows, 5 cost, not inkable, 4/5, quest for 1, and his ability is it was your vision. When you play this character, chosen character gains. When this character is banished in a challenge, you may return this card to your hand this turn. So essentially it makes that character like a hey, bounces right back to your hand. All right, next sibling, we have Julieta, Madrigal, excellent cook, 3 cost inkable, 1/4, quest for 1. In the movie, she can heal everybody with her arepas. And here she has signature recipe. When you play this character, you may remove up to 2 damage from chosen character. If you remove damage this way, you may draw a card. So similar to Rapunzel, gifted with healing, except Rapunzel lets you draw 1 card per damage removed, whereas this, it doesn't matter how much damage you remove, you just draw 1 card. And her flavor text is "Eat this, mi amor." And Julieta is married to Agustin Madrigal, clumsy dad, 1 cost inkable card. I'm surprised that in the art he looks totally normal and is not like his, in the movie I think he gets bitten by a bee, so his one ear is super swollen in his hand. And he is a 2/2 vanilla card, quest for 1, and his flavor text is "Falling for Julieta was the easiest thing he'd ever done," which is super cute. And then the Julieta and Augustine's kids are Mirabel, Luisa, and Isabella. So Mirabel, Madrigal, gift of the family, 5 cost, not inkable, 3/5, quest for 2, has support, and also has saving the miracle. Whenever this character quests, your other Madrigal characters get +1. There's also this version of Mirabel, Prophecy Finder, 2 cost inkable card, 2/2. She has support and quest for 1, and her flavor text is, "Why would Bruno break this prophecy? Could it be something dangerous? We have to find out. Turns out it's about her and possibly destroying the casita." And then her sister, Isabella Madrigal, the oldest, golden child, 5 cost inkable in amethyst, 3/4, quest for 1. She is evasive. She has ladies first. During your turn, if no other character has quested this turn, this character gets +3 lore, so 4 lore total. And then her other ability is Leave It to Me. Whenever this character quests, your other characters can't quest for the rest of the turn. So since you have to decide if you're going to let her quest and get that 4 lore, or if you'd rather have your other characters quest and maybe don't have her quest, and they would get more lore. Next, we have Luisa Madrigal, my favorite character. Magically strong 1, 4 cost, not inkable, 4/3, quest for 1. She has rush. And her flavor text is, "This rock, no problem. Go get the prophecy, hermana." Speaking to Mirabel, of course. And then there is this steel Luisa, 3 cost inkable, rock of the family, 2/4, quest for 1. I'm the strong one. I'm not nervous. While you have another character in play, this character gets +2 attack. So I think she's stronger when she's protecting her family than when she's by herself. I love that the donkey is like, ears are like, what? And her flavor text is, "There's no way Ursula's creatures are getting to that donkey." And the donkeys in the movie the donkeys have escaped, and so they asked Luisa to get all the donkeys back and put them back in their pen, and they happen to be backup dancers for her song. Next, we have Peppa Madrigal, so the third of the triplets. She is weather maker, so in the movie, her mood essentially changes the weather. She is a 5 cost uninkable card, 1/5, and quest for 1. And her ability is, "It looks like rain. When you play this character, you may exert chosen opposing character. That character can't ready at the start of their next turn unless they're at a location." So I guess kind of like Elsa, Spirit of Winter, but more specific. So like a less effective version and only 1 character instead of 2. And then we have her husband, Felix Madrigal, fun-loving family man. He just seems like a sweetheart teddy bear. 3 cost inkable card in amber, 2/4, quest for 2. And his flavor text is, "Who needs a gift when you're having this much fun?" So him and Augustine are the ones without gifts. And technically Mirabel, unless you think Mirabel's gift is the casita. And then their kids are Dolores, Camino, and Antonio. So Dolores is an easy listener, so she has supersonic hearing in the movie. 4 cost inkable card, 3/3, quest for 2, and she has magical informant. When you play this character, if an opponent has an exerted character in play, you may draw a card. So I feel like this is a card that would easily mill yourself. Like if your playing someone who has like a hyper aggressive board, so they have like 7 characters in play, they're all exerted, and you play this, and say you're playing a multiplayer game, you could potentially draw all your cards and then lose because you ran out of cards. So use with caution. Next, we have Camilo Madrigal, Prankster, 4-cost inkable card to 5, quest for 1. In the movie, he can shapeshift essentially, and so he turns into Dolores, which is shown in the card, to try to get seconds for breakfast. And then he also turns into Bruno during the song We Don't Talk About Bruno. And like when they're decorating the casita, he turns into like a tall person so that they can hang a banner. And then he turns into this new mom so that she can get a break and he can hold the baby. And his ability is many forms. At the start of your turn, you may choose one. So either this character gets +1 lore this turn, or this character gains challenger +2. So I assume if you're going to quest, +1 lore. If you're going to challenge, +2. So super versatile, which makes sense because he's a shapeshifter. And the baby of the family, Antonio Madrigal, is a 3-cost inkable card, 3/4 in amethyst. He quests for 1, and his ability is that he can talk to animals. And he is the one to get his powers at the beginning of the movie. He's an animal expert. And his flavor text is, once upon a time, there was a casita in the mountains with a very special family. And they also made a card for Pico, which is Antonio's little toucan. 2-cost inkable card, 3/2, and quest for 1. His flavor text is, he spotted a mysterious glow in the mountains nearby. Could it be the missing piece of the prophecy? Yeah, and I didn't even know he had a name. Antonio essentially gets his powers, and then Pico lands on his shoulder and squawks, and then he goes, yeah, I understand you. Of course your friends can come visit. And then all the animals come into the casita. And then we have some actions. So there is Bruno's Return Amber card, 2-cost, not inkable. Return a character card from your discard to your hand. Then remove up to 2 damage from chosen character. And his flavor text is, I feel like I'm missing something important. So in the movie, he thinks that Abuela is going to blame Mirabel for everything. So he tries to come and take the blame. But at this point, Mirabel and Abuela have already made up. And so they're just happy to have him back. And if you look at the shadows in the picture, it looks like that is Mirabel holding Abuela's hands, and you can see the butterflies that kind of signify resolution of their relationship. We have this amethyst action, swing into action, 1-cost inkable, that is Isabella on her vine, looking perfect as always because she's the golden child. And it gives chosen character rush. For songs, we have Look at This Family, 7-cost inkable card. It is the Sing Together. And you can look at the top 5 cards of your deck. You may reveal up to 2 character cards and put them in your hand, and then put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. So that seems pretty powerful. I do need to look at the rules to see if only one person does this, probably. Otherwise, it would be way too powerful. We also have this card, which I picked out as one of my favorite cards for this set when I was on the Illumateers stream on Monday. It is from the song Surface Pressure, which when that song came out, I could not listen to it without crying because I feel that pressure. And the song translates to, I'll find them, I'll flatten them. It is a 4-cost inkable card in steel, and it lets you banish all items. And the flavor text is, I don't ask how hard the work is, got a rough, indestructible surface. Featuring Luisa and her donkeys. My favorite donkey is the one with his leg up dancing. He is amazing. We also have, of course, iconic song, We Don't Talk About Bruno, 5-cost inkable. Return chosen character to player's hand, then that player discards a card at random. The flavor text is, your fate is sealed when your prophecy is read. All right. Before that song gets stuck in my head again, we have this item, 2-cost inkable in amber, miracle candle, Abuela's gift. Banish this item. If you have 3 or more characters in play, gain 2 lore and remove up to 2 damage from chosen location. Which makes sense because the miracle candle, when it goes out, Casita falls apart. And so when they light it again, they can rebuild Casita. Next item is this Emerald Vision Slab, 3-cost inkable card. It has danger revealed at the start of your turn. If an opposing character has damage, gain 1 lore. It also has trapped. Damage counters can't be removed. So it prevents other people from healing their characters. So it really hinders that Rapunzel. And the flavor text is, Tio Bruno, what's happening to him? We have to help. Mirabel. Sounds like maybe Tio Bruno is trapped in a vision slab. That doesn't happen in the movies. And then we got this enchanted card about We Don't Talk About Bruno. It looks so sick. I love the rats. Crazy. And it's got all those vision slabs. It's got the lady who's like, he told me that my fish would die and the next day dead. And then it has the guy who's like, he told me that I would grow a gut and then I did. And then the other guy who's like, he told me that I would lose my hair and now I'm bald. So I think it's hilarious that it references those lyrics from the song. And then we got a location, of course, Casita, Casa Madrigal, 1 cost inkable card, costs 1 to move characters there and has 6 strength. And its abilities are home. At the start of your turn, if you have a character here, gain 1 lore. All right, next we move on to Fantasia. So all the brooms. First card, 1 cost inkable broom, Illuminary Keeper, 1/2. And quest for 1. Nice and tidy. Whenever you play another character, you may banish this character to draw a card. And his flavor text is just a few barnacles away from retirement. And you know, those barnacles do kind of look like the things that were attacking the beast in the beast cards. We have also this 3 cost inkable magic broom card, which is Spirited Sweeper, 2/4, quest for 1. And the flavor text is clean like nothing happened. So kind of like dance like nobody's watching. Next we have Magical Broom Aerial Cleaner, 2 cost inkable card in steel, 2/3, quest for 1. He has winged for a day, I don't know. During your turn, this character gains evasive. They can challenge characters with evasive. And the flavor text is, it spends its days keeping the treasured glimmers in the Hall of Lorcana sparkling clean. And you can see that it's cleaning the thing holding the lamp. And then behind you also have Ursula's shell necklace. And I like that the wings are like this harness thing. Kind of reminds me of the wings that Courtney Act wore for Drag Race. And then next we have this magic broom. This one is Brigade Captain, a steel card, 6 ink inkable, 2/6, but has resist 1. And his ability is Broom Army. This character gets +2 attack for each other character named Magic Broom you have in play. So I think we are set for a broom deck. You play this, you play Sorcerer's Tower, whole combo. I love the art. I like the little tiny armor thing. It looks like a crop top. It's so cute. Next we have Yensid, aka Disney Backwards, powerful sorcerer. 2 cost inkable in amethyst, 1/3, quest for 1. He has timely intervention. When you play this character, if you have a character named Magic Broom in play, you may draw a card. He also has arcane study. While you have 2 or more broom characters in play, this character gets 2 lore. And there is also this version, which is like the Ursula Returns version. So if you look at the cards, this bottom part is teal instead of tan, and then it has the black swirly swirls. Next we have Mickey Mouse Playful Sorcerer, 5 cost inkable card in steel, 3/4, quest for 2, shifts 3, resist 1. He has so many powers. And he also has Sweep Away. When you play this character, deal damage to chosen character equal to the number of broom characters you have in play. I feel like we definitely have to make a broom deck. And he also has this Ursula Lumineers quest version. And then we also got this Yensid enchanted card. He looks insane with his butterfly. It does. A lot of people online were comparing it to that meme from the anime with the butterfly. He is a 2 cost inkable. We already went over that. Looks pretty cool. Next, on to Frozen. So we have Anna, Braving the Storm, 2 cost inkable card in Sapphire, 1/4, quest for 1. She has I Was Born Ready. If you have another hero character in play, this character gets +1 lore. So there's a ton of hero characters. I think that's super easy to make it work. After talking to Olaf, Anna marched into the unexpected storm to save Kristoff, her love. And then we also see this Anna card, 4 cost inkable, True Hearted. This is, I think, on the box of one of the starter decks. And so she is a queen and a knight. And her armor looks so sick, and her knife looks like it's made out of ice. I love it. I hope that maybe it is an enchanted card. And her ability is, let me help you. Whenever this character quests, your other hero characters get +1 lore this turn. And her flavor text is, make sure you know what's truly important and that you're willing to fight for it. We got another Elsa card, 3 cost inkable in amethyst, 1/4, quest for 1, and she has Tempest. You can exert her, and chosen character gains Challenger +2 and Rush this turn. After Elsa dispersed Ursula's storm, Anna was nowhere to be found. Oh no, because Anna went into the storm to save Kristoff. We also have Aduna, caring mother. I first time read this as Adina, which is the name of Adina Menzel, who voices Elsa. Not the same. 4-cost inkable card, 3/3, quest for 1. Enduring Love. When this character is banished, you may put this card into your inkwell face down and exert it. And her ability is, come my darling, homeward bound. When all is lost, then all is found. We got a Marshmallow card, 3-cost inkable amethyst, terrifying snowman, 0/3, quest for 1, and he has Behemoth. This character gets +1 attack for each card in your hand. So hopefully you're not playing a discard deck and have no cards in your hand. And his flavor text is, you're very strong. Do you work out? Said by Olaf. Speaking of Olaf, we got this Olaf card, Carrot Enthusiast, 3-cost, inkable card, 1/4. He looks like he is part of Googly Glimmers. He has Shift, Discard an Item card, and Quest for 2. He has carrots all around. Whenever he quests, each of your character gets plus attack equal to this character's attack this turn. So I think to make this combo work, you would just have all your characters be support and give all of their attack to him, and then he can spread it back all to them. We also got this cute little adorable 1-cost Olaf, Trusting Companion, 1/2. He's support and quest for 1. And his text is, isn't this Kristoff's hat? If he went this way, he'll be caught in that storm. Which is definitely what Anna heard, and then that made her go into the storm, nowhere to be found. Hans, 3-cost inkable card, 3/2, quest for 2. Royal Schemes. When you play this character, if a princess or queen character is in play, gain 1 lore. Interesting that there's a picture of Anna in the background of this, and his flavor text is, Hans was confident that he could bring Anna to Ursula. All he needed was something of Kristoff's to lure her in. So it seems like this Hans stole Kristoff's hat. Olaf found the hat, told Anna about it, and then Anna went into the storm to find Kristoff, even though really Kristoff wasn't even there. And then Anna got captured by Ursula, which is why when Elsa banished the storm, she couldn't find Anna. Dun dun dun, the plot thickens. Damn these villains. All right, we have this item, Field of Ice, 3-cost inkable in Sapphire, Icy Defense. Whenever you play a character, they gain resist 1 until the start of your next turn. And then a song, Lost in the Woods, 4-cost inkable in Amber. All opposing characters get -2 attack until the start of your next turn. And the flavor text is, I'm left behind, wondering if I should follow. And I just noticed like the little line that separates the flavor text from the rest of the card. In all the other ones, it was like a diamond shaped, and this one, it's a treble clef. That's cool. Also, ice item, 1-cost, not inkable, ice block. And you can exert this, and chosen character gets -1 strength this turn. Chilly Labor. And its flavor text is, frozen ink can be harvested and processed to many useful ends. So, ooh, interesting part of the story. Let's move on to Hercules, one of my favorite movies, and on to Hades, one of my favorite characters. He is so sassy and so awesome. I've also recently gotten really into, I've been listening to a podcast called The Newest Olympian, so about Percy Jackson. I watched the Disney Plus series. I listened to the audiobooks. I did not read them when they came out. I think maybe we read Lightning Thief in class, but I wasn't really paying attention. I think I was sleeping a lot. But I love that series. I've always loved Greek mythology, so I love Hercules. So we have Hades. He is a foul player, 4-cost, inkable card, 3/3, quest for 1 in Emerald. His ability is down to business. Banish one of your other characters. Play a character with the same name as the banished character for free. So this is like shifting, but without the little character underneath. Essentially, it's like trade shifting, I suppose. And in this art, it's Meg that's there. There's 2 of her, which is weird, but that's who he's trapped in this ether. Next, we have this Hades. So this Hades is in Sapphire. He is a meticulous planner. 4-cost, inkable card, 3/6, quest for 1. His flavor text is, on this cute little plot, you can see Ursula's tentacles a mile away. That sneaky sea witch. Wait, I can exploit this. While you keep those accursed Lumineers busy, I can carry out my plan. So Hades, notorious for planning, he has been planning to overthrow Zeus for 18 years, and the fates said that Hercules may be the one thing that would stop his plan, because they were like, in 18 years, the stars will align ever so nicely, and Hades will become ruler of all, unless Hercules steps in, which is why he tried to kill Hercules. And then next we have Pain and you can see Panic's little horns stabbing into Payne's butt in this picture. I love it. Payne, Immortal Sidekick, 3 cost, inkable card, 2/4 quest for 2. And his flavor text is, we totally took care of that thing that you told us to do and definitely did not spend the day in Thebes ticketing chariots and stealing people's laundry. And then, of course, Panic, the bottom part of the picture. You can see Payne's butt. Panic, Immortal Sidekick, 4 cost, inkable card, 3/3, also quest for 2. Reporting for duty. When this character is exerted, if you have a character named Payne in play, your villain characters can't be challenged. So that's kind of cool. And his flavor text is, we absolutely took care of that thing, boss. No problems. Just great. It's like when they were supposed to kill Hercules and they were like, oh no, Hades is going to be so mad when they find out we didn't kill Hercules. And then the other one goes, if he finds out, he's like, if is good. And so they don't tell him about it. And then we also have an appearance from the Fates, who share 1 eyeball, only 1 eye, 1 cost, inkable card, 2/1, quest for 1. All will be seen. When you play this character, look at the top card of each opponent's deck. So that's cool. You can look at other people's cards. And the flavor text is, we know everything. And the Fates are in charge of cutting the thread of life for the people in Greek mythology. We have Nessus, River Guardian, 6 cost, inkable card, 7/5, quest for 2 in Ruby. He is the River Guardian that Meg was in the middle of trying to convince to join Hades, and then he was defeated by Hercules. Because that was like his first in real life, not practice with Phil thing that he was doing. He was going to save a damsel in distress. And his flavor text is, he sent the eels away when they came with the sea witch's offer. He didn't need to help her making trouble. He didn't need her help to make trouble, maybe? Grammar on that's a little weird. So I guess he was trying, Flotsam and Jetsam tried to recruit him for Ursula, and he was like, nah, I'm good. And then we have Hercules, 3 cost, not inkable card, clumsy kid, 3/3. He has rush and quest for 1. And his flavor text is, nice catch, Hercules. So in the movie, he tries to play discus with the boys, and the boys are like, no, we want an even number. We have 5. And he's like, wait, that's not an even number. And then by that time, they have already run away. And then they have a throw that none of them catch, and Hercules is like, oh, I got it. And in the process of catching it, he knocks over every single column and basically flattens the town circle. And then we got this super buff Hercules, daring demigod, 5 cost, not inkable, 7/3, with rush and reckless. So super strong. So kind of like a Maui, but will probably die. He has like 1 attack because he does not have that much willpower. And then we also got this 6 cost, inkable Hercules Beloved Hero Steel card, 6/5. So also like Maui. He also has bodyguard and resist 1, so a little bit stronger. And he can quest for 2. So I would say kind of like Hercules Divine Hero. That one is a 6/3, but with resist 2. I think quest for 2, but doesn't have bodyguard. So maybe like an upgraded version of that. And then we have Hera, Queen of the Gods, 3 cost, inkable card, 1/3, quest for 2. She has ward. She also gives ward to Zeus, protective goddess, and she has, you're a true hero. Your character's name Hercules, gain evasive. So that's kind of cool. I like how it's totally different in the movie where Hera is just a protective mom and Zeus is an awesome dad, and in Greek mythology that is not the case. We also got a Zeus card, Mr. Lightning Bolts, 3 cost, inkable, 0/5, quest for 2. He has target practice. Whenever this character challenges another character, he gets attack equal to the attack of chosen character this turn. So I guess you would just choose your strongest character. And his flavor text is, ha, now watch your old man work. And I'm looking at the little line separating his flavor text. That looks different from the usual too. And I don't know why, because the only other one that's like that is this one, the Fates, and this Hercules one. Interesting. All right, now we move on to Megara, my favorite. 3 cost, not inkable, 3/6, quest for 2, captivating cynic. She has shady deal. When you play this character, choose and discard a card or banish this character. So to play her, you have to discard one of your own cards. I don't know if I like that. And then her flavor text is, with love, there's always a catch. Okay, so it makes sense, but I don't like it. And then you also have this Meg, liberated 1, 5 cost, inkable, 4/4, quest for 2. She has ward. She has people always do crazy things. Whenever you play a character named Hercules, you may ready this character. So if Herc is around, she is ready. I don't know if that is kid appropriate, or maybe I just have a dirty mind. All right, moving on to Pegasus. 5 cost inkable card, 3/3. He's a cloud racer. I love his armor. I don't think it actually does very much to protect vital organs, but whatever. He is a Floodborn character, so can shift for 3. He has evasive, he quests for 2, and he has hop on. When you play this character, if you use shift to play him, your characters gain evasive until the start of your next turn. So kind of protects all your other characters. This Pegasus, who's adorable, 1 cost inkable, 1/1, gift for Hercules. He's evasive, and he quests for 1, and his flavor text is, his name is Pegasus, and he's all yours. He also has that weird line separating the flavor text from the other text. And then there's this Pegasus, Ruby, so I guess attack Pegasus. This is Pegasus Flying Steed. He is a 2 cost inkable card, 3/1, and he has a rush. Nope, I lied. He has evasive. So he's kind of like that Stitch that has rush, but he's evasive, but he only has 1 strength, so I feel like he might immediately die. And his flavor text is, it zigs, it zags, what more do you need? From Phil. From Philoctetes, the trainer. And then we have the Muses, Proclaimers of Heroes. 4 cost inkable card, 2/4 in Emerald. They have Ward, and they have the Gospel Truth. Whenever you play a song, you may return chosen character with 2 attack or less to their player's hand. So essentially what Cloud Kicker does. And they quest for 1. We also got a new Philoctetes card, played by Danny DeVito. No Nonsense Instructor, steel card, 4 cost inkable, 2/4, quest for 2. You gotta stay focused. Your hero characters gain Challenger +1. And he's also a shameless promoter. Whenever you play a hero character, gain 1 lore. That's kind of awesome. You have Argus, 2 cost inkable, 4/1, the Cyclops, quest for 1, and his text is, looks like you got some big feelings there, buddy, let's stomp him out. And he in the movie is tasked with finding and killing Hercules when Hercules has no powers, because he promised Hades he would stay out of the fight so that Meg would be safe. And we have a song, One Last Hope. Steel, chosen character gains resist +2 until the start of your next turn. If a hero character is chosen, they may also challenge ready characters this turn, which is awesome. And then the picture is from the training montage that Hercules does with Phil on the island. And then we got some location cards. So there is this Underworld, the River Styx, 2 cost inkable card, 6 strength, costs 2 to move a character there, and has Save a Soul. Whenever a character quests while here, you may pay 3 ink to return a character card from your discard to your hand. Kind of expensive, but at least it's something. And it has, if you look at the picture, it's got Chiron on his boat, the boat that transports souls across the River Styx. We also got Thebes, the Big Olive, play on Big Apple. 2 cost inkable, 7 strength, cost 1 to move someone there. If you can make it here, during your turn, whenever a character banishes another character in a challenge while here, gain 2. And then from Lilo and Stitch, we got 2 cards. So we have Stitch, the Alien Dancer. It's a vanilla card, 2/3, costs 2 ink to play, but is inkable and quests for 1. And his flavor text is, moving to the beat of the music, he begins to understand the true meaning of Ohana and how he fits in the family he has found. And then we also have this item, Record Player, 2 cost inkable. You can see Stitch's little hand in that top corner. The abilities are, look at this. Whenever you play a song, chosen character gets -2 attack until the start of your next turn. And Hit Parade, your character's name Stitch count as having +1 cost to sing songs. And then moving on, from Moana, we have 1 card, just Hey Hey. Just 1 Hey Hey, eating what looks to be one of Ursula's barnacle rocks. He is a clumsy rooster. He is 3 cost inkable, 2/3, quest for 2, and his text says, then we'll fatten you up. When you play this character and at least one opposing player has more cards in their inkwell than you may place the top card of your deck into your inkwell face down and exerted. So it lets you ramp a little in Emerald, which is awesome, and also the card comes from your deck and not from your hand, which is also good. Moving on, we have Mulan. There's a ton of cards in Mulan. I love Mulan because I'm Chinese. So I feel like it's about me. Cricky, This is also one of the cards I picked for the Illuminateers live stream on Monday. So Cricky is a lucky cricket. He is a 5-cost inkable card, 3/4 quest for 3, which is a ton. He has spreading good fortune. When you play this character, your other characters get +3 attack this turn. And Emerald struggles with having strong characters to attack things. So Cricky really bringing the power. And his flavor text is, everyone feels better just knowing he's around. And I like that in the movie, the grandma buys him to bring Mulan luck for when she goes to the matchmaker. And to test to see if he's lucky, the grandma just covers her eyes and walks across a super busy street and basically causes everybody else to crash. And she doesn't die, and she's like, you are lucky. Not lucky though. Mulan did not have success at the matchmaker. Next card is Fazio, which is Mulan's dad. He is a 2-cost inkable card in Ruby, 0/4. His ability, he has War Wound, so this character can't challenge, which checks out because in the movie he has like a limp from the previous war. And he also has the ability Head of the Family, so you can exert him, ready chosen character named Mulan, and they can't quest for the rest of this turn. So he can basically say, Mulan, no, and she has to. And his text is, I'm ready to serve the Emperor. And I'm noticing he also has a different line there too. I gotta figure out what this line thing means and why it's different from other people's lines. And the sword he has is definitely not the sword that's in the movie. I don't know whose sword that is. That almost looks like Shan Yu's sword. Next we have Fa Li, which is Mulan's mother. It's weird to me that their last names are the same because Chinese people don't change their last names when they get married, but maybe because it's an American movie. She's a 1-cost inkable card, 1/3 quest for 1. So she's the sapphire version of Olaf, Minnie Mouse, Aladdin, Daisy, I think is the other one we got in Amber. So now everybody has one. When far from home, Mulan often thinks of her calming presence. Next card we have is Khan, 2-cost inkable card. This is Mulan's horse, 3/2, and he quests for 1, and his text is, as silent as a shadow and faster than the wind, brave Khan, the mightiest stallion. We have a new Li Shang card, 1-cost inkable, General's Son. You can see him being attacked by Ursula's tendrils here. 2/2, quest for 1. His flavor text is, his training was unsurpassed, but it was his courage that would see him through this fight. And then this Li Shang, 3-cost inkable card, 3/2, and also has a weird shift mechanic of discarding a character card. And he has lead the charge. Your characters with 4 strength or more get an additional 1 lore, and he quests for 1. And then there's also this Li Shang, totally different vibes, but also love it. 5-cost inkable card in steel, Imperial Captain, 5/5, quests for 2. And his text is, immovable as a mountain and fierce as a dragon, the Empire's finest warrior. Now moving on to Mulan, 2-cost inkable card, Enemy of Entanglement, 1/3. She has time to shine. Whenever you play an action, this character gets +2 attack this turn. And she quests for 1. And her text says, Ursula's messengers fled, leaving behind tendrils of dark ink, which you can see her fighting. We also have this Mulan, 1-cost inkable, so finally a very cheap Mulan, 2/3. She enters play with 2 damage because she has a battle wound where she was stabbed by a sword. And she's holding her dad's sword in this one, which is very different from the sword that Fazio is holding in his card. She quests for 1, and her text is, she'll never give up. And this wound, basically she has to get treated by the doctor, and then Li Shang comes to visit her, and that's when he finds out she's a woman. And then Chifu, whose card we'll look at later, throws her into the snow while she's injured, which is rude. All right, 4-cost inkable Mulan, armored fighter in steel, 3/6, super strong. Quest for 1. I was surprised they still called her Mulan and didn't call her Ping, which is her name when she's in the army. And her text says, maybe what I really wanted was to prove I could do things right. So when I looked in the mirror, I'd see someone worthwhile. AKA reflection. Look at me, you may think you see who I really am. All right, and then we have this Mulan Elite Archer, which they showed at the Lorecast, which is super exciting. 6-cost inkable card, 2/6, quest for 2, shift 5. She has straight shooter. When you play this character, if you shift to play her, she gets +3 attack. She also has triple shot. During your turn, whenever this character deals damage to another character in a challenge, deal the same amount of damage to up to 2 other chosen characters. So super crazy. You could play that like 1-cost Mulan and then shift her on turn 5. I guess she probably wouldn't survive, but you could play her on 4 and shift her for 5 on turn 5 and just clear the board. kind of like Scar, except that she doesn't necessarily get the damage to herself. And then she also has a Ursula Lumineers Quest version with the tendrils. Chifu, who I do not like because he is the worst, 3-cost inkable card in Steel 05. He quests for 1. He is overly cautious. When this character has no damage, he gets +2 lore. And then his text is, "You there, keep that fighting away from here. It is imperative that I write to the Emperor." The worst. Chenpo, one of my favorites, 5-cost inkable card, Imperial Soldier 4/7, super strong. He has Bodyguard. He quests for 1. In the movie, when they sing A Girl Worth Fighting For, all he cares about is what the girl cooks like, which I am on board with. We have Ling, one of Mulan's other friends, 3-cost inkable 3/3, quests for 1. He is full of spirit. Your hero characters get +1 strength. And his text is, "A good friend is handy in a fight." Indeed. And Yao, 4-cost inkable card, 2/5, quest for 1. He has Challenger +2. And his text is, "I'm gonna hit you so hard it'll make your ancestors dizzy," which, ooh, sick burn. And these are the 3 that dress up as women to infiltrate into the capital to stop Shan Yu at the end. We have some items. So Imperial Proclamation, 1-cost inkable card, Call to the Front. Whenever one of your characters challenges another character, you pay 1 ink less for the next character you play this turn. And the flavor text is, "By order of the Emperor, 1 man from every family must serve in the Imperial Army," from Chifu, which is why Mulan's dad tries to go serve, even though he can't even walk without a cane. And then Mulan takes the scroll and goes in his place, and he can't rat her out because that'll get her murdered. Next, Medallion Waits, 2-cost inkable card item. This, in the movie, Li Shang wants them to climb this giant pole on the training grounds, which is a card we'll talk about later. But you have to climb with these 2 medallions, weights attached to your arms, and they represent discipline and strength. And nobody can do it. They just slide down until Mulan figures out that you have to like swing the medallion weights around so that they wrap, and then it forms like a loop. And then you just move the loop up, climb up, move the loop up, climb up. So work smarter, not harder. You can exert this item, pay 2 ink, and chosen character gets +2 strength this turn. Whenever they challenge another character this turn, you may also draw a card. So that's pretty awesome. Next, we have Great Stone Dragon, 3-cost inkable card in Sapphire, Asleep. So this item enters play exerted, and then each turn you can exert this card and put a character card from your discard into your inkwell face down and exert it. So I think this is a great card because you are adding to your inkwell from your discard, so not from your deck and not from your hand. In the movie, they try to wake up this Great Stone Dragon, so Mushu is tasked by the ancestors to wake up the Great Stone Dragon, and Mushu is like banging the gong. He doesn't wake up. Mushu gets frustrated, hits him with the gong, and its head falls off. It like snaps off, and then Mushu pretends to be the great dragon by holding the head in front of his head and being like, "I am the great dragon. I have come to help." Yeah. Unfortunately, no Mushu cards this set. I don't know if we will get a Mushu card. We'll see. I mean, we haven't gotten one so far, so I'm not super hopeful. All right, next we have Imperial Bow, which is an item, 2-cost inkable in Steel. Within range, you exert this card, pay 1 ink, and then chosen hero gains Challenger +2 and Evasive. So that's kind of awesome. It's kind of like Maui's Fishhook, but you get both effects. Like slightly less attack, but both effects essentially. We have Avalanche, action item. Deal 1 damage to each opposing character. You may banish chosen location. And the flavor text, a little snow never hurt anyone. That big rock, however. So super strong card, uninkable, a 4-cost. So we'll see if it gets used. And then in Mulan, we have some locations. So we have Training Grounds, Impossible Pillar. So that is the pillar that she has to climb up with those medallions. So 1-cost inkable card, 5 strength, costs 1 to move a character there. And if you pay 1 ink, you can get Strength of Mind. Chosen character gets +1 attack this turn. And then we also have Winter Camp, 3-cost inkable card in Sapphire, costs 1 to move a character there, and it is 8 strength, so pretty strong. Medical Tent, Help the Wounded. Whenever a character quests while here, remove up to 2 damage from them. If they're a hero character, remove up to 4 damage instead. And it gets 1 lore, so I feel like you could combo this with Grand Pabbie, because I think you get lore every time you remove damage. And then we got The Wall, Border Fortress, 4-cost inkable card, cost 2 to move there, 8 strength, protect the realm. While you have an exerted character here, your other locations can't be challenged. That's pretty cool. We also have an enchanted version, which looks amazing. of this card. I have been to the Great Wall. I went there during SARS because plane tickets were very cheap and my family is all about a good deal. And so I have pictures of me in middle school on the Great Wall. There is nobody around. There was not even like vendors selling water because I remember being very thirsty. It was very hot and there's literally nobody there. But truly a once in a lifetime thing. Okay, next, Peter Pan. Peter Pan Shadow Finder in Amethyst, 3 cost, not inkable, 2/3, has Rush and Evasive, so kind of like Peter Pan Shadow. Quest for 1, and he has Fly, of course. Your other characters with Evasive gain Rush, so he's, I guess, the opposite of Peter Pan Shadow, because Peter Pan Shadow gives your Rush characters Evasive, which makes sense, that the Shadow would be the opposite of the actual thing causing the Shadow. We have TikTok, Ever-Present Pursuer, 6 cost inkable card, 4/7. He has Evasive and he quests for 1. His flavor text is that cursed beast liked the taste of me so well he followed me ever since. Captain Hook. We have A Pirate's Life song, 6 cost inkable. It's a sing together song. Each opponent loses 2 lore and you gain 2 lore. So great for multiplayer. I love it. And their text is give me a career as a buccaneer. This is the card that was revealed today. 3 cost not inkable. The plank an item. So it has walk. So it costs 2 ink. Banish this item, you can choose one of the following. You can either banish a chosen hero character or ready a chosen villain character and they can't quest for the rest of this turn. Its flavor text is, it's a once in a lifetime view because after you see it, you die. And then we also have this other song, Second Star to the Right. 10 cost, not inkable, so super expensive, not inkable card. Sing together. Chosen player draws 5 cards and the text is lead us to the land we dream of. And they also have a enchanted version of this card, which looks pretty cool. And then we also have this card from the Ursula's. It's Captain Hook. This card looks insane. Like the art. He is a 5 cost inkable card, 7/4 quest for 2. And his text is an obvious choice, of course, so full of treachery and deceit. He reminds me of me, Ursula. And based on the fact that his eyes are glowing, it looks like Captain Hook is possessed by Ursula. So interesting. I'm excited to see what this whole Lumineers quest game is. Next, we have Princess and the Frog. There's just one song card. Dig a little deeper. Sing together 8. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Put 2 in your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. Next, we're getting towards the end. We have Raya and the Last Dragon. So we got a new Benja card, vanilla, 4 cost inkable in Ruby, 5/3 quest for 1. We got a Dong Hu card, 5 cost inkable, 3/5 quest for 2. She's a Talon Chief. She has you better talk fast. Your other villain characters gain support. And the text is you can find villainy in the most unexpected places. We got a new Namari card, 3 cost, not inkable, 2/3, quest for 1, Era of Fang, 2 weapon fighting. During your turn, whenever this character deals damage to another character in a challenge, you may deal the same amount of damage to a chosen character. So kind of like a Tinkerbell, I guess. Not super strong though. We have a new Raya card, Guardian of the Dragon Gem, 4 cost inkable, 3/3, quest for 2. When you play this character, ready chosen character of yours in a location, they can't quest for the rest of this turn. Flavor texts are, there are too many for me, but not for us. And you see Namari in the background. As always, the Raya cards are kind of meh. I don't know if that's going to get any use. We also have this card, Raya Fierce Protector, 3 cost inkable in Ruby, 3/3, quest for 1. She has Don't Cross Me. Whenever this character challenges another character, gain 1 lore for each other damage character you have in play. Yeah. The Raya cards are just kind of meh. Alright, so we got the Sisu card. Sisu, Daring Visitor, 3 cost, not inkable, 1/1, evasive, quest for 1. Bring on the heat. When you play this character, banish chosen opposing character with 1 attack or less. So I could see this maybe, you could banish like a Captain Hook or a Merfolk. And then her text is, come on, what's the worst that can happen? Which doesn't sound good. We also got this Raya card, which looks, the art is so awesome. I love that her sword, I don't know how useful it is to have a swirly sword and a swirly knife, but looks awesome. 7 cost inkable card, 3/6, challenger +2, resist +2. So she's really like a 3/8. Quest for 2, and she has you gave it your best. During your turn, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, you may draw a card. Unfortunately, she is only 3 attacks, so she can be Medusa'd. We got this Sisu card, 3 cost inkable, 1/4, quest for 2. She has Surge of Power. This character gets +1 attack for each card in opponent's hands. So she could potentially be super strong if you're playing like multiplayer. And her text is, sometimes the only way to fight the unimaginable is with the incredible. We also got this Sisu card, which seems like it may be an enchanted, but I don't know. 8 cost, uninkable, 5/4, quest for 3. She's a shift 6 card. This is Sisu Responsible Sister, and she has Let Me Handle This. When you play this character, banish all opposing characters with 2 attack or less, which is kind of nice. We also got this vanilla card, Sisu Wise Friend, 6 cost inkable, 6/6, quest for 2 in Sapphire. And her text is, it may feel impossible, but sometimes you just have to take the first step, even before you're ready. We got this adorable Noi card. I love this. I love the art. It looks like my baby. 4 cost inkable, 4/4 in Ruby, quest for 1. She has fancy footwork. Whenever you play in action, this character takes no damage from challenges this turn. And it says, fortune favors the bold, no matter how small. I just think she looks so cute, and she looks like those Chinese cartoons I used to watch as a kid. We got some new Tuk Tuk cards. So 3 cost inkable, 2/3, lively partner in Ruby, has evasive in quest for 1, and has honor roll. When you play this character, you may move him and one of your other characters to the same location for free. The other character gets +2 attack this turn. Makes sense. He's like an Appa, but in Raya.